Ant-Man the Wasp, released in 2018, is the sequel to Ant-Man. This movie is once again directed by Peyton Reed. So this movie takes place right after the events of Captain America's Civil War. Scott Lang is on house arrest because he violated the Sokovia Peace Accords. While he is on house arrest, he dreams of being Hank's wife, Janet. So this causes some concern with Hank Pym. So he sends Janet, not Janet, but Hope, to recruit Scott for another project. And the project that they are doing is they are building a quantum tunnel. And they're going to try to use the quantum tunnel to lock a signal to extract Janet from the quantum realm. Now, the interesting thing about this quantum tunnel, that's inside a lab. And this lab is shrinkable, which means Hank Pym can take this lab anywhere he pleases. Now, there are other people after this lab. One is the feds. One is Danny Burch. He's in charge of some kind of weapons cartel that Hope Van Dyne has been kind of working with, but she's also using them. Then you have Bill Foster, Hank Pym's old colleague. Then you have a newcomer on the scene, Ghost, portrayed by Hannah John Kamen. Now, Ghost's character has a condition called quantum phasing. She's able to phase between different states of matter uncontrollably due to a failed scientific experiment. The quantum tunnel that her father was building exploded, and that caused her to get her abilities. And she needs that quantum tunnel to repair her molecular structure. But it might come at the expense of saving Janet from the quantum realm. So this movie, it turns into a cat and mouse game of who can capture the lab. The lab goes back and forth between the hands of Hank Pym, Sonny Burch, Ghost, the feds. Eventually, Hank Pym gets control of the lab. He's able to rescue Janet. Janet, Hope, Hank, and Scott, they're all able to reunite. Then you have the post-credit scene that sets up Avengers Endgame. Now, my thoughts on this movie, I think it's better than the first one. The comedy, I think it's a lot better. The special effects are better. The film is a lot more adventurous and global. You know, there's car chase scenes. You know, if Ant-Man becomes a giant man, you know, they're exploring more of San Francisco instead of kind of being in a house or in a lab the majority of the films. Ant-Man 1 mostly took place in a lab or at Hank Pym's house. There were some scenes that took place outside, but I like this movie because it's a lot more global, a lot more adventurous. So Ant-Man the Wasp, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's the better of the three. So next is my review of the third one. The third one isn't a bad movie, but it's the weakest of the three. And I'll tell you what I like and what I dislike about it. But this has been a review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. So stay tuned.